Good morning, everyone. How are ya? So just thought I'd start up live now. I'm getting my coffee because I forgot to fucking make my coffee and we're due to start live now. So yeah, just getting one in right now. Here we go. So I hope you're all well anyway. So today what we're going to be going over is we're going to go over the best fat burners. Right? We're going to be doing cardio while bulking, so get fucking asked about that all the time. And then I'll talk to you a little bit about the Physique Coaching Apprenticeship, right? It's going to be absolutely fucking wicked, this thing. Yeah, first things first, another question I get asked really frequently is how much caffeine should you have per day and what is the absolute limit? I'll have about 30 milligrams of caffeine a day, that's it, in the morning, alright? Absolutely peak of that. Any more than that, like, from my brain, I get really super weird. Just cannot do it. And the reason for this is if you take in too much caffeine, you shift your nervous system, alright? So you shift it away from being balanced, from being in rest and digest, and you shift it into fight or flight. And so you've got to be really careful with that, because if you do shift away from the balance, rest and digest, you massively hamper your results. Massively. Now, I don't have any science to say, you know, that that's the case. I don't have any science to back me up saying that if having too much coffee will actually be detrimental for performance. But what I have is a fuckload of anecdote, an absolute fucking heap. And in the end of the day, you cannot beat stress. So whenever we think of stress, right, what most people think of is your boss is being a dick, your missus is being an asshole, you know what I mean? You're sick of things and things are just pissing you off. We're going to think of more stress as much more general than that. We're going to think of every single change on the body as being a stress. So technically, stress is anything that causes an adaptation. And when you have too many things to do, your body's trying to adapt to too many things at once, all right, simply nothing happens. Now, I live in a Meriden apartment, and this is the best analogy to think of. The best analogy that I can think of is that for stress and the inability for the body to adapt further than what it should be. Where we're at the moment, alright, they built this place, it's fucking awesome. Like, I've got a sick apartment, we've got a fucking view. Look at this shit. Look at that, fucking awesome, alright? Look out at the sunset every day up in the Blue Mountains, absolutely fucking mint. However, they knocked it up really fucking cheap, okay? So they did a dodgy job, they weren't looking after it. And pretty much the whole fucking place is falling down. Like, there's little bits and pieces just coming out everywhere, nothing major, but just all the cosmetics are. And the analogy of this is for stress is that in this place, we've got fucking one little maintenance bloke. The poor bastard's running around to see him every day, have good yarns with him, top guy. But he's running around trying to fix everything all the time. And pretty much because there's so much shit going wrong, he's literally chasing his tail. He's chasing his tail, chasing his tail, chasing his tail. He can't actually fix anything up. And pretty much as a result of that, everything's still falling down. The same thing goes for your stress and your adaptation there. If you're chucking in more and more fucking stress all the time, right, you're never ever going to be able to adapt properly, right? And so if we think of it this way, fat loss is a stress. So eating in a calorie deficit or eating to lose fat, that's a stress. Eating to gain muscle, training to gain muscle, that is a stress. And if you have too many of these fucking stresses going on, you throw in psychological factors like, you know, stresses at work and all that, emotional factors, you know, putting in food factors, so having fucking way too much coffee, frying your sympathetic nervous system, chucking your cortisol through the roof, you know, all that sort of shit. That is where stress is going to come and bite you in the ass. You've got to be super careful of it. Anyway, back on the point. I'm going to say hello to everyone first as well. Who we got? We've got Juzzy here. Good to have you here, mate. Looking forward to speaking to you soon. Alex D. Hey, brah. Geordie. Blakey. Who else we got? James Van Elswick. Jack Waddell. Wicked. So yeah, guys, so we're going to get on to the real shit in a second. We're also going to be going over everything from the shred community, all the questions that you've asked me. So we'll be Q&A, all that sort of stuff. If you want any questions answered, now's the time. Put them up. All right, these things are here for you, so that I can fucking make you all smart as shit. That's what we want. We want everyone in the shred community to be smart as. Alright, I'm going to share this up now. Oh, another really fucking cool thing we're doing with these two is we've got this thing called Repurpose, which literally takes these live videos and it's going to put them onto SoundCloud. So if you want to actually, or SoundCloud and YouTube as well. So if you actually want to listen to these and you don't have time to listen to these live, like in the car to work or whatever, you can actually go onto SoundCloud and YouTube, and I'll be posting up the links for you guys so that you've got them, so you can actually fucking get onto these things all the time. Rightio. Let me just post this up now. Fucking bang. Posted. Done. Alright. Fat burners. Okay? Everyone wants a fucking fat burner, alright? Everyone just wants a fat burner. Everyone wants to be able to take a pill and lose fat. I mean, that's humans, isn't it? Like, I mean, every single person, that's all they want to do. They want to get somewhere the easiest way possible just by taking a pill and not actually having to do any fucking work, okay? Fat burners. They are one of the most sold supplements in the whole of the supplement industry, right? Do they give you any fucking benefit? No, not really, at all, actually. Because the thing is, the best fat burners are illegal, okay? The ones that actually work are illegal and have a high likelihood of either killing you or doing something bad for you. Save T3, that one's pretty safe. But yes, fat burners, okay? Having 300 milligrams of caffeine in the fat burner makes you fucking jittery out of your mind like you've just fucking dropped about 5 fingers, alright? That is not going to help you lose fat, alright? Something that just elevates your heart rate and then puts your blood pressure through the roof, that is not going to help you lose fat, alright? It doesn't work that way. All these fucking bullshit supplements, alright? Stuff that they put in, what was the latest one? Fuck, I've forgotten the name. Garcinia Cambogia, alright? This is the new fucking fat burner that they're putting in. They're saying Garcinia Cambogia, or whatever it is. They're like, this is the next big thing. It causes fucking, white fat to go to brown fat, fucking this to do that, this to do that. It's like, no, it doesn't do fucking shit, alright? It literally does absolutely nothing. And at the end of the day, it can't override a bad diet. So all these people out there like, oh yeah, I'm taking this fat burner and, I'm going to lose weight just by taking this fat burner, I'm going to continue to eat shit. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way. Even with the illegal ones, you still have to have a good diet in order to actually lose weight. Even with like clenbuterol, T3, DNP, you still need to have a decent diet to actually lose weight because there's only so much that they can do. Alright? Fat burners are a fucking joke. And you know what's even more of a fucking joke? Even more of a joke are these fucking creams that they're coming out with now, where they say, rub this in and it's going to do targeted fat loss. I saw one posted up on the other day on a reputable Instagram account that tracks all the men's physique progress. And they were advertising this shit. I was like, I literally wanted to fucking headbutt that. I wanted to headbutt that right there. I wanted to headbutt that. It was so frustrating. Because you can't just rub a fucking cream into your abs and expect it to just pull out the fat, just take it all away, and there's no more fat ever, and it's just gone. That fat cell dies. It doesn't fucking happen. It doesn't happen ever. It doesn't work that way. Period. Okay. Losing fat. It doesn't take a fucking cream. I don't give a shit how much fucking caffeine or some fucking carnitine that you rub into yourself. It's not going to pull the fat cell out. Plain and simple. People talk about stuff like L-carnitine and taking L-carnitine. Yeah, it's cute. The reason why L-carnitine is said to cause fat loss is because it's actually a fat transporter. So it will take fat from the cell into the mitochondrial transport into the mitochondria, I think that is, and then allow it to be burnt. Okay. Now the thing is, people say, okay, sweet, that's what L-carnitine does. So if we put more L-carnitine in there, it's going to cause more transportation of the fat to be burnt. Therefore, we burn more fat. The problem is, which people don't think about, is there's only so much of that process that can occur. Right? There's only so much. And the thing is, when you eat a healthy diet or eat like a bodybuilding diet where you have a high amount of protein and you have a sufficient L-carnitine in your diet, as you already do, then it's not going to do anything fucking better. So if you're already chugging away at 200 grams of protein a day, or 100 grams, fuck, if you're a female, you're already tapped out your L-carnitine. It's not going to do anything more. That's it, plain and simple. It's over. You're not going to get any extra benefit out of it. Right? So fat burners are fucking bullshit. Don't let some fucking spud, okay? Don't let some spud go and sell you a cream to rub into your ass and say, oh, now you're going to have toned bum. You're not going to have a toned bum, alright? You're going to have a creamy fucking, rubbed on bum. That's it. That's all you're going to get. There's going to be no difference whatsoever to the fat cell at all. The best fat burner, alright, the best fat burner is not eating like a fucking dickhead, looking after your gut, okay, and then also exercising, alright, exercising. Now we can go even further than that. We can go even further and we can look at using like cryotherapy, which actually changes the style of fat cell which you have. Hot cold therapy, using things like saunas. They're probably the three best. Sunlight as well, you can look at stuff like that and say that'll have an effect, definitely. But not taking some shitty supplement, that's not going to do anything for you whatsoever, alright? I actually think that probably the best thing, I'll actually contradict myself now. I'm talking about actually the best fat burners. The next one would be berberine. Berberine's a fucking fantastic supplement, but it doesn't just burn fat, alright? It's not a fucking thermogenic, alright? It's not a thermogenic, it's not anything shit like that. What berberine does is it actually optimizes your gut microbiome, so it changes how insulin sensitive you are. This means that more carbohydrates can be shuttled from the bloodstream into the muscle cell and stored in muscle, as opposed to going to the liver and then flowing on into adipose tissue, so fat. So berberine itself actually is quite a good fat burner, even though it's not a thermogenic and it doesn't just tell your fat cells to fuck off and you know, make way because we don't want you anymore, right? That's not what it does. It changes your gut microbiome. And that's the most common thing. You'll see that if you change the gut microbiome and you optimize the gut microbiome, then you'll get increased fat loss. Then you'll get increased muscle gain. I mean, I don't know how many times I see it, like literally every single fucking time. When somebody comes in and starts working with us, bang, within a couple of weeks, their gut goes from, you know, fucking 5 all the way up to an 8. You know, and we spend the rest of the time working up to a 10. And in that time where we improve the gut, we often put them in a calorie surplus, yet they will then lose fat at the same time. We often make them eat a shitload more food than they've ever eaten in their life, and they will get leaner and bigger at the same time, right? And what I put this down to is, number one, well, we've improved the macronutrient ratios. Number two, we've taken the shit out of their diet. But number three, the big one, is we've improved their gut, we've improved their neurotransmitters, we've improved their sleep, okay? And that is what has the biggest fat burning effect of all, right? Now then, if you want to go illegal, alright, so heaps of people in here, everyone always asks me about drugs. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to talk to some people in the world who are very, very witty with pharmacology and pharmaceuticals. And here is, here's what I say. So drugs for fat burning, okay? In terms of actually like illegal ones, things that are like banned substances, okay? You got something, DNP, alright? 2,4-dinitrophenol. Now DNP is a drug which actually does something called, it uncouples the electron transport chain. And what this does is this pretty much allows your body just to purely let energy be used for heat. So it releases heat on heat on heat on heat on heat. Okay, so it doesn't actually allow your body to store energy or get any energy in. This is literally the same as just fucking eating less, okay? But what you're doing is you're releasing a whole heap of free radicals into your system, which may potentially be dangerous, okay? Science says, yeah, no, it's not, but it may potentially be dangerous. And so I wouldn't fucking go for that at all, because why take a drug when you can just fucking eat less? Suffer a little bit more, okay? You don't get to put as much nice food in your mouth, but why fucking take it, okay? Would not recommend that whatsoever. Fuck, I wouldn't take it myself. Okay, next one, T3, thyroid hormone. Thyroid hormone, what it does is it regulates your body's metabolism. So it regulates how much protein is synthesized. So when we talk about cellular metabolism, it is literally about how much protein the cells can make. Proteins run our whole body. Enzymes are proteins, you know, all the transporters are proteins, everything's a fucking protein. Most things that really matter, most things that make things happen are catalysts and cause us to do stuff, to think, to speak, to eat, to do anything. They're all run by proteins, okay? T3, the thyroid hormone, speeds that up, right? What that'll do is when you speed that process up, everything gets faster. So your body will break down more fat, it'll break down more muscle, it'll build more muscle, it will start to, you know, break down more glycogen, everything, the whole lot. It'll make you think faster, give you more energy, the whole lot, okay? And so thyroid hormone can actually be very highly beneficial. And so taking a small amount of that will definitely make you lose fat, okay? But it's not going to overcome if you have a shit diet, right? If you have a good diet and you're eating intelligently and you keep your calories the same, and you take thyroid hormone, this means that the thyroid hormone will increase your calorie deficit. So it means that your energy intake's the same, but your energy output is much greater. Therefore, you've got this much more room for losing more fat, okay? It doesn't mean that you can eat more and then fucking take more thyroid hormone, okay? It just doesn't work like that, because in the end of the day, it's all regulated by calories. However, at the same time, contradicting that, thyroid hormone, taking exogenous thyroid hormone, may actually improve your digestive system. And when you improve the digestive system, bang, that circumvents that, and you may end up losing more fat from that way. Okay? The downsides to thyroid hormone, haven't found any yet. As far as becoming reliant on it and tolerant on it, not really an issue. People have taken thyroid hormone for fucking years, for like 20 years, 30 years or whatever, and then come off it and they're fucking sweet. So there's no real long-term, well, according to the science, according to research, according to what we know, according to the guys who are much smarter than me, the researchers who I talk to, there's no real long-term negative effect to take it. Okay? Do I recommend that you go out and just get yourself some thyroid hormone and jump on it right now? Probably not. I wouldn't recommend doing that. But, it's an option. There's a bit of information for you anyway, but do what you will. Next one, clenbuterol. Okay, everyone loves fucking clenbuterol. Here in Australia, so many people talk about it. I remember when I was at uni, a bunch of the boys were like, yeah, let's get fucking shredded for stereo. I shit you not. They actually said that. Let's get shredded for stereo. Stereo and DEFCON, okay? That's what they're getting shredded for. And they're like, yeah, fucking oath, all we're going to do is just going to run a little bit of clen, and it'll be fucking sweet. We'll just take a bit of clen, every day, and we'll end up losing a whole heap of weight. And sure enough, the boys got some clen, and they fucking started taking it. And what did they get? They got fucking anxiety, they got hectic jitters, they ended up losing strength in the gym, they lost their fucking minds, alright? I think it's 2 of them broke up with girlfriends. Because they physically couldn't, it's a stress. Clenbuterol is very stressful, sends you into the sympathetic overdrive, and pretty much it makes bad decisions. But yeah, well, I guess before I go on from there, look, they did get shredded. They got lean, sure enough. They also started dieting at the same time. So they took clenbuterol and started dieting at the same time. Stopped eating like shitheads, stopped drinking, and then lost fat, all right? So you don't need clenbuterol to do that, but, for them the motivation was this. But first of all, what is clenbuterol, okay? Clenbuterol is what we call a beta-2 adrenoceptor, beta-2 adrenergic agonist, okay? So it binds to the beta-adrenoceptor, which is a fat loss receptor. So all the fat cells in your body have got these receptors, okay? And when it binds to it, when adrenaline or whatever it is, any substrate, any ligand binds to that receptor, it causes fat loss in that area. This is why you have stubborn body fat areas, okay? Areas which are lower in beta-2 adrenoceptors, beta-2 adrenoceptors, yeah, that's it, beta-2 adrenoceptors. Any area which is low in them will generally hold fat. That's why you have, for chicks, you've got stubborn areas around your thighs and whatnot. That's partly hormonal, but partly this related. If you've just got a stubborn area which just holds fat, it's generally going to be because of this, right? And so that's what it does. So it binds to these adrenoceptors. Now the thing that it does as well is it causes the release of adrenaline and cortisol, and it shifts your body from rest and digest into fight or flight. What happens when we go from rest and digest into fight or flight? Shit goes wrong, okay? You start deflecting blood flow from your gut, all right? You start to have stress changes, you start to change your personality, you can't think as well, you often get brain fog, you can't sleep as well, you can't recover as well, all these sorts of things, all right? And that is why I do not recommend clenbuterol. I'm not a fan of clenbuterol because it has a massively long half-life. It means that you're stuck in fight or flight for literally 16 hours a day. 16 hours a day, all right? No good, no good. So I would not recommend that at all. But yeah, so back onto my mates who were taking it back in the day. They got shredded, all right? They got lean. They got really quite lean. Looked really quite good. However, the side effects are fucking massive. So for clenbuterol, I wouldn't bother, alright? Simply eat fucking better, alright? And start training better, and then you'll generally get pretty similar effects to it. Well, not pretty similar effects. I mean, clenbuterol's no doubt going to have a performance enhancement advantage. I can't deny that. But for most people, I wouldn't fucking bother, alright? I wouldn't bother. Even coming into comp prep, I wouldn't do it. I don't recommend any of my guys do it, okay? Even my enhanced guys, I generally don't recommend clenbuterol at all. We've got other ones which we use, which are much smaller. Okie doke. Who we got on now? I'll go say hello to everyone who's here. Liam Chenery, Duzzy, welcome. Danny Keane, how are you, mate? Marza, Sean Cooper, Mr. Savito Supplements. Waldemar, how are you, mate? Nate, Andrew C, Lisa, how are you? Rod, just asked, nice hoodie, where'd I order it? doeven.com. I'll put up the link for you now, mate. I've got a discount code for them too. They're fucking legends, the guys at doeven. doeven.com. Discount code is can't clients. That's it. That's normally for my clients, but fuck it, you can have it wrong. Benny Fiends, how are you, Big Rig? Lukey, great, Luke Grassos. Hey mate, hope you're well. Off topic, if you get time, I usually lean down over a 10 to 14 week period, reducing calories only 100 to 200 max a week. Recently started super aggressive from 3,700 to 2,500 straight up. Thoughts? My thoughts on that. Alright man, that depends on the time frame in which you have to cut. If you need to cut down and you've only got a very short time window to do it, you need to get those fucking calories down. Exhibit A, pop shreds. Alright, when I was cutting down for the most recent comp, we had 10 days, alright? I thought it was 12, but it was actually 10 days to get lean, to go from off-season to comp shape. Now, I was eating 6,000 a day roughly in the off-season, down to 2,000 when I was cutting over those couple of weeks, okay? So I dropped down 4,000 calories. Why did I have to go so low? Because I needed to fucking make the scales move. I needed to drop fat. It needed to happen, alright? And in that case, yeah, it's super great. Now, if you need to lose an absolute shitload of fat, actually, let's answer the question the same way. Looky, my answer to that, bro. If you have got longer, right, then generally take it a little bit slower. It's much, much easier to do. If you have only a very short window to get lean, then yeah, fucking no. Drop your calories into the gutter, get lean as shit, and then, you know, work on building back up your energy expenditure at a later date, okay? That is what I'd recommend. Next one. Also, how long would you sit in such a deficit for? The bigger the deficit, the shorter time frame you should be in it, in my opinion, okay? We generally periodize our training programs to be, you know, between 12 and 24 weeks in a deficit, depending on it. If you're going in a very fucking hardcore deficit, I'd recommend, you know, 4 to 8 max, like in a massive, massive deficit, because any longer than that, your body just shits itself. Let's go back to stress, what I always talk about, something that I'll be talking about heavily in the Physique Coaching Apprenticeship. When the body gets more stressed, right, shit starts going backwards, things start going bad, okay? Because when you get stressed, all right, your body's scrambling to try and bring you out of stress, all right? If you have lower calories for an extended period of time, you are more at risk of losing muscle, because muscle is very metabolically expensive, all right, and you don't want to hold on to it. It's not advantageous for you to do that. In a hypocaloric environment, it is not evolutionarily advantageous to hold on to more muscle, all right? It's actually better because if you're doing more cardio, you'll be lighter, Anyway, point being, lower the deficit, shorter time you should be in there, okay? So for in a deficit where you're like on 1,500 calories, 4 weeks, right? You know, for a dude who's a 90 kilo dude, if you're on 1,500 calories in a fucking massive 50 to 100% deficit, 4 weeks, that's it. Any longer, you're gonna fuck yourself out. Not fun at all. Like, you know? Good question though, Luke. Good question, and good luck with that, man. Next question. Rightio, what I was going to go over next? Doing cardio while bulking. This is one we get asked all the time. Should you do cardio while bulking? Right. Now, I'm not going to try and go too long-winded. Call me out if I'm going too long-winded and fucking rambling and shit. But my answer is, depends on the person, alright, first of all. But then secondly, yes, alright. I like doing cardio when I bulk. I like it. I play basketball. I fucking love basketball. You know, it's fun. You know, I get to go out with wars. You know, I get to beat other blokes in another sport. I fucking love beating, you know, other men in anything. I'm very, very highly competitive. It's my thing. I don't know why I got it. I just do. Even from a young kid, I was like that. Excuse me. But competing in basketball, you know, sorry, just doing any fucking cardio, really, while you're bulking, alright, is advantageous, not for just the social aspect, not for just the health aspect, but also because if you train in your cardio and you do it well enough, you'll undergo this thing called, which we call mitochondrial biogenesis, right? And what mitochondrial biogenesis is when you create new mitochondria and you clear out old ones, okay? So it's apoptosis and generation at the same time. When you do this, you actually burn more energy, so you'll actually stay leaner, you'll be able to function better, all these sorts of things. There's a massive amount of numerous positive effects, and that is why I generally recommend doing a bit of cardio in the off season while you're bulking, okay? and just doing a little bit, just rolling your legs over, keeping it going. At the same time as well, you improve your blood flow. What is the number one thing that is involved in recovery? It's fucking blood flow. So if your muscles have got really poor blood flow, you won't be able to recover, because where do the nutrients come from? Your blood, all right? You got to think about it really, really logically like that. If you start rolling your legs over, improving your blood flow, improving how your systems are working, make sure your lymph is going, so your immune system's really good, because remember, everything's immune mediated. So fat loss, more muscle gain is immune mediated. You want to get everything moving better, okay? And doing a little bit of cardio is the fucking easiest way to do that. Now going on to your lymphatic system too, right? Your lymphatic system, obviously being in your immune system, cleans out all the bad shit in your body. So it cleans it out when you're sick. You know, when you get those swollen lymph nodes, that is your lymphatic system working and accumulating all the crap and sending out white blood cells and whatnot, all that sort of stuff. Okay, you want that to be flowing, and doing a little bit of cardio is really good, because the lymphatic system is mediated by the skeletal muscle pump. Okay, skeletal muscle pump pretty much squeezes the veins and the lymphatic system. Okay, it squeezes it and pushes the blood and the lymph through the body. Right, that's how it works. And so you need, if you want to have optimal flow, blood flow and whatnot, that's what you need to do. Lifting weights doesn't quite cut it. I actually find that lifting weights can impair the lymphatic flow just because of how tight your muscles get, right? But anyway, so yes, 100% you should be doing cardio while you're bulking. 100%, 100%. No doubt in some people, right? There are always exceptions to the rule, so I shouldn't be so general, but I like to do it, right? I like to do it. And for all my guys, even if we don't schedule it, right, we still encourage you to do it. Fuck, having a bit of sex, that's just as good for cardio, right? If you don't want to go outside and you don't want to do your cardio, then just have a little bit of hanky-panky and that should get you through. Next one, all right, the Physique Coaching Apprenticeship. So this is really, really fucking cool. So we teamed up with some of the fucking best coaches in Australia. Kai Trainer has organised this. Kai from Melbourne, ripper bloke, one of my former clients. And he's pretty much just got a hold of some of Australia's best trainers. And we're doing this thing called the Physique Coaching Apprenticeship. What it is a series of seminars going over 6 or 8 weeks, I think it is. And pretty much, hang on, fucking playing. Right, so what it is a series of seminars where we're going to be presenting on topics which we are really well versed at, okay? So we've got guys like Rawdon Dubois, alright, the fucking man, absolute boss, that guy. He's the guy who I consult for when I'm competing and when I'm too much of a fucking nutter to do my own plans. He's the man. So he's going to be talking about hypertrophy, muscle gaining, comp prep, all that sort of stuff. You know, he's got Scott Goebel there. Scott's like a former champion bodybuilder in Australia, just as right up the top of all the amateur bodybuilders. He's a fucking big lad. I'm going to be going to be presenting on what it takes to be a physique pro, how to actually compete at the top levels, what that fucking pro league's all about, like what actually happens in the pro league, why is it different, stress, digestive health, all those sorts of stuff. That's what we're going to be covering. So it's going to be absolutely fucking wicked. And out of this, you'll get more education in 8 weeks, or however many weeks it is, than what you will in like the last fucking 20 years of your fucking life, 20, 30 years. Honestly, you'll take an absolute shitload away. So if you want to learn more about this and you actually want to get into it, you want to meet up with me, you want to be able to quiz me at a seminar or watch it online, just click on the link. I'm going to put up a link for you guys, which you can click on and go through, and you'll be able to see that. What else was I going to say on that? Not much else. Oh yeah, look, it's available both online and like in face-to-face. So they've got it. It's being held down in Melbourne. Okay, so Kai's flying me down to Melbourne to present there, and literally you've got the option of going down to the seminar and quizzing us and asking questions, engaging. Or if you're not from Melbourne, you don't want to fly down all the time, then you can just watch it at home. All right. So it's got like a live stream. I think it's a live stream option where you can watch it all. You can get all the content, absolutely everything. You just don't have to be down the location. Rightio. So yeah. That was that. Look, honestly, if you're a coach or you're just someone who wants to fucking take your training to the next level, it's a no-brainer to do it. Honestly, it'll be the best money you've ever spent in your life. I can fucking guarantee you that. I mean, the shit that I'm doing it all alone is worth the fee. Everyone else is just an added benefit. Rightio, now Jakey Adams just asked, mate, could you do me a 6-week shred program? Bro, we don't do 6-week shred programs. We don't do 6-week shred programs, period. Why? Because in 6 weeks, well, there's not enough time for us to get to know your body. Like, we just generally do not do that. Every now and then I'll take on a comp prep client. You know, Paddy Quinn and myself will take on a comp prep client. You know, we'll just fucking, we'll guide them into the show because they've been dicked around by a past coach or something's gone wrong, they need our help, something like that. Other than that, we don't really do it, bruh. Come on board, work with us for 12 weeks and actually change your fucking body. Within 6 weeks, you can't do much, man. You really cannot do much, especially as we're still trying to fucking figure it out with you. We've got down our programs down to a fucking science, alright? So it's fucking bang, 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 bang. We nail it. We literally nail the programming 100% of the time. Like literally 100% of the fucking time. But with that being said, we still like to have 12 plus weeks. That's why all our programs, what we do is a minimum of 12 weeks, and thereafter we'll continue working on with our clients for as long as they need. They're like continuous programs as long as you work with us for a minimum of 12 weeks. If you're keen to do that, Jake, we'll get in touch, we'll shoot you a message, and we'll get started. The other thing too, man, that just brings me back to it. Excuse me. 6-week fucking transformations, right? 6-week, 4-week, 8-week, fucking 12-week transformation. Fucking bullshit, alright? Absolute fucking bullshit. Why? Because the thing is, it's not about having a fucking transformation, it's about changing your life. People go into these transformations, they'll diet their ass off, they'll fucking work hard, they'll train 4 hours a day, they'll sacrifice everything, stop drinking, stop their life, all that sort of stuff, just to get lean or just to grow mass. And what you end up doing at the end of that period is you go and you fucking binge. Same thing as the fat shit competitors, alright? So people go and do a comp prep, and then at the end of the comp prep, you know, they fucking just go and binge and they literally blow out, they get fatter than what they were than when they started 12 or 16 weeks of dieting before. Fucking stupid, man. I don't understand that. What we need to do is, you want to change your fucking life. I live fucking lean all the time. I eat a shitload of food, I go out, I party, you know what I mean? I fucking do whatever the fuck I want. I travel, I have friends, you know, social life, all that stuff. I work a fuckload too. You've got everything, and that's what we want to do for you. You don't want to do a fucking transformation or a fucking quick shred and then fucking blow out. You want to change your life. You want to get shredded and stay shredded all the time. That is the way to be. And I tell you what, I'm fucking way happier having abs and being lean all the time and eating a fuckload of food and having a social life and being able to work and being able to travel than what I would if I just did one shitty fucking 12-week transformation, got fucking obese, and then did another one and kept the cycle going. It's not about yo-yo dieting. Fuck yo-yo dieting, alright? Where you go up and down, shredded fat, shredded fat, shredded fat, alright? It's not what it's about. It's about a lifestyle, changing your life, and feeling fucking awesome every single day. Anyway, Big Chris in Yusufra has just asked, hey fam, what are the pros versus cons of drinking black coffee in a fasted state in the morning? The pros? Coffee's fucking wicked. I like coffee, alright? It's good. That's probably the biggest pro. It turns on your brain a little bit, you know, that's good. The cons? When you drink too much, it's no good for you, alright? So don't fucking sweat the little things. If you like something like that, it's good. If you get a little bit high from coffee, if you get, you know, like you feel like you can't focus too well, switch over to theocrine, use theocrine theanine, that's what we recommend all our guys, and incorporate maybe a little bit of glutamic acid to, you know, help with getting rid of those neurotransmitters from your brain. Timmy Nesbitt's asked, anyone else with a very fast metabolism care to share advice? I've been slowly increasing calories from 3,000 to 4,000 over the last half year just to maintain 85 kgs. In the last week, I had a break from counting and I dropped 1.5 kilos. Any tips to streamline the eating process? Excuse me, it's no good. A bit crook. Alright. If you take a week off from dieting and you lose weight, don't fucking stress it, right? It's just going to be a bit of glycogen. You cannot lose 1.5 kilos in a week, alright, unless you're on a fucking, got an IV drip in and you're literally taking exogenous cortisone, alright? That is it. That is, you cannot fucking lose 1.5 kilos of muscle in a week. Physically fucking impossible. Your body wants to hold that. You probably just drop water, right, and a little bit of glycogen. That is it, okay? So I would not fucking worry about it. In terms of being a hard gainer, you just want to get your fucking calories up. If you're not growing, you need to eat more. That's it, plain and simple. If you are not partitioning your nutrients well so that when you eat more, you just get fat, Well, the problem is your digestion is probably not working too well, and you need to sort that out. That's when you come see us. We'll fix that all up for you, okay? Piece of piss. We do that all the time. Alright? Now, in terms of getting in easier calories, the easiest way to get in more calories is, well, number one, generally for a hard gainer, I'd recommend having a higher carb diet, okay? With this, you just chuck in more dextrose. Have more dextrose. Have some fucking gummy bears. Eat more foods that you actually enjoy. If you eat more palatable foods, you'll want more, okay? That's it. Now, Rod's just asked, can you send me your site, bro? And he's found it. The website is, here, I'll chuck it up for you guys, jcfcoaching.com, okay? If you want to have a chat with us and you want to book in a call, just do it. We'll fucking talk you through it. We'll tell you about what we do and we'll help you out, okay? Boom, boom, boom. Rightio, next question. Oh, where are they? Okay. HIIT or steady state cardio for maintaining and building muscle and losing fat? That is a really fucking good question. See, this is dependent on each person. Not everyone's going to be good at HIIT. Not everyone's going to be good at steady state. I fucking suck at steady state, okay? 20 minutes into steady state, I fucking die, lose my mind, my fucking neurotransmitters literally get fried. Literally, I'm like brain dead. HIIT, chuck me out on a fucking footy field, get me playing basketball, I can just go for like an hour straight, no fucking worries. As long as it's start, stop, I'll fucking crush it, okay? That's a prime example of somebody who's not meant for both of them, okay? Yeah, okay, look, I can be good at steady state cardio if I do it, but neurally it just fries me. That's why I try to avoid it. I try to minimize it unless I absolutely have to. So it's not a matter of really building muscle and losing fat. Obviously, if you do too much steady state, you will lose more muscle, okay? And then according to sport-specific adaptation or stimulus-specific adaptation, you may end up gaining more fat because you're utilizing a system which runs off fat, which is, you know, when you're doing steady state, you're generally tapping into the fat-burning system, so you may store more, according to that theory. Really going back to my original answer, it depends on you. Find out what fries you less. The most important thing out of everything is this, it's your brain, alright? Is your neurotransmitters, neurochemicals. That's what drives everything. That's what drives your mood, your performance, your hunger, a whole lot, okay? So you need to make sure that you're optimizing it to yourself. That's what we do for all our guys. We figure out what is going to work best, and then from there we fucking select it and run with it, okay? Now on that note, if you have any more questions, legends, comment them up now, alright? I've got a bit more water to finish before I go off. So yeah, you've got 2 minutes now where you can chuck in a few questions, ask anything you want, and we'll go from there. Excuse me. Alright, next question as well I got here from Jeff Cooper. Jeff was asking about L-DOPA. So as you all know, there are 4 main neurotransmitters, okay? So there's dopamine, acetylcholine, serotonin, GABA, right? They're the big 4. There's a 5th one too, which kind of comes in there, which is glutamate. It has a bit of a different role. L-DOPA and dopamine, okay? If you want to increase your dopamine levels, what you need to do is you need to increase the amount of precursors to dopamine which you have, okay? And L-DOPA is one of those. So what happens is you don't just get dopamine. It's not like your body just fucking makes dopamine. It's just like it says, all right, I want dopamine, bang, here we go, got it. It's actually got to go through several stages. So it starts way back at like tyrosine, okay? And then from tyrosine, it gets cleaved and changed, and then cleaved and changed, and it gets altered, and your body's metabolic machinery, they literally like chop it up, split things off, add things, split things off, add things, and so on until we eventually get dopamine. And the step before dopamine is L-DOPA, okay? Taking L-DOPA can increase your dopamine, but it's also a really funny one, so you've got to be really careful with it. If you want to boost dopamine, the best thing that I'd recommend for that, for really improving dopamine, really improving your brain function, is we'll actually sleep more, okay? So fix up your fucking lifestyle first before you worry about supplementation. Thereafter, the next best thing that I find is acetyl-L-tyrosine, using a little bit of inositol, and actually taking GABA too. I find that GABA helps a lot with enhancing the effect of dopamine, improving your learning, your brain function, all that sort of stuff, okay? So that's what I'd recommend. L-DOPA itself, or levodopa as it's called, L-DOPA, bit so-so. Alright, Now look guys, on that note, I'm going to leave you all to it. Thank you very much for coming again. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, post them up in the Shred community, alright? That's facebook.com/groups/JCF Shred SHRED community. I hope you know how to spell community. So yeah, so on there, we've got everything on there. We're posting up all the time, helping you guys out. So yeah. Anywho, I'm going to go get off into this. I've got to go finish off my stuff for the Physique Coaching Apprenticeship. If you want to learn more about that, I'm chucking the link up now. I'll pin it to there. So you get amongst it, and yeah, hopefully I'll see some of you there. Take it easy, guys. Bye.